Let's get it right now. It is going to be the Q1 earnings call right here on Pop the Chart. Boom, 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 boom. I am Corey, the host of Pop the Chart. Welcome to the show. Yes, we'll be covering the Q1 earnings coming up here, right here on the screen. Taking a look at your screen right now. We got COUPANG going into the after hours, already heading up. Look at it. Currently $36, even up 2% in the after hours already. I hope you're pumped. I hope you're ready to rock. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit up the live chat, and say hi. Yeah, let's get it. First and foremost, I have to tell you, I am not a financial advisor. I cannot tell you what to do with your money. You got to make your own decisions, but I will give you the most educated information that I can give you. I will have the earnings as soon as they come across right here on my screen. I'll have that updated and in for you right here. And then I'm going to take you all the way up to the earnings call, which is scheduled to go live at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, yo, share out the link. Let everybody know. I'm excited. I hope you're excited because I want to know what this first earnings report is. Why? Because I covered the IPO when it first launched with COUPANG. I had CPNG on my live stream for when it first launched. I followed it all the way, and so we've been following it as long, ever since it launched. And I'm excited to see what you all think. Hi-Fi says, I'm excited you hit 402 subs. That's right, I did hit over 400 subs today. Thank you to each and every one of you that's been a part of the show. Again, feel free to share out the link. My goal is 500 by the end of the month, so I would love to get you all in and join the show because I know you'll like it. It's a fun show. I keep you informed. I do all kinds of stuff. So I do the show each day. Market open all the way through market close, and then I do earnings calls as well on top of it, which is what I'm doing right now. So hit that like button again if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. COUPANG earnings getting ready to start. When? Now on Pop the Chart. Hi-Fi says it's a fun show for sure. Been here since day one. Hi-Fi, you have been here since day one, and I appreciate that so much. Is like you just seen it grow. You've seen the show grow in all of the time that we've been doing it. COUPANG coming back down just a little bit because COUPANG finished the day $35.29 down 2.65% for the day overall. With they had 6.16 million volume with a high of 37.27, a low of 34.97. And so it had a previous close 36.25. So we're looking at that. Casey says, Hovermail, YOLO, this for sure. We need COUPANG to grow. We do. Well, I'm going to tell you, Casey, how we can make this happen. All right. First and foremost, you got to take and copy that link for YouTube right there, that link, and post it to all your social media places and say, yo, y'all need to come in and check out COUPANG. All right. Get some people in here. Let them listen to the call. Check it out. Say, hey, what is this? What's this all about? Well, you know what I'm saying? Bring it in. You know what I'm saying? Share it out. Because the more people that come in, the more people that learn about it, the more likely they are to invest in it. So you gotta let the peeps know. You gotta let the world know about COUPANG. One is in here. Hi-Fi here. I've been here since day one. Like the name one. And I got one of those days afterwards. Yeah. All right. Casey says, all right, give us some real info and I'll share. Some real info. So what do you mean by real info? You gotta clear that up a little bit. 'Cause I'm not sure what because you could be looking for one thing, and I could be looking for talk about something completely different. What is there something in specifics that you're looking for outside of technical analysis? Because I can do technical analysis for you. I'm gonna chart it. I'll chart it up here. Because here's the thing. I was here during the IPO, and this is what happened. All right, it started on the IPOs at 49.17, and it shot up ever since. It's okay, so Case says, where do you see this in a year? All right, in a year's time. In a year's time. As I pull this music back just a little bit so you can hear me just a little bit better. All right, so in a year's time. All right, so here's the thing, right? I guess to answer your question, the question that needs to be answered first is where's the bottom on this? All right? When there's a bottom on this, then I can maybe give you a better answer. I can't just in my crystal ball say, all right, in a year, this is going to be, throw out a random number. Because at that time, I'm basically just throwing a dart on the board, right? And hoping for the best. So, but I'm gonna show you where it's at now. We're gonna look at it in the grand scheme of just straight up technical analysis, all right? So look, this right, $41.60 is what we consider a floor, right? Because why? Because it hit multiple times. It hit once, it hit twice, it hit 3 times, it hit it 4 times. It's right there. That's been a very solid, what we consider floor, right? Or at least what was a support level. All right, now here's what happened with the stock, all right? Keep in mind, now you can't just blame this all on COUPANG, right? Because the entire markets as a whole has been down. If you were just watching my show a little bit ago, I was talking about the Dow, the S&P, NASDAQ, how everything's just down. It's a major market sell-off right now, right? So this, keep in mind, this chart is a day chart. These are over days. So you're looking at basically from April to now, everything has just went like. Now, if I scroll up here, look at this. All this red. Ignore these little after hours greens because you're going to see some green in the after hours after a red day. But if you look at just the regular red across the board, a lot of red right there. Okay, a lot of red. So you got to say if this is part of that, but it did break that 41.60. Today, it hit an all-time low, 34.97. It's never been that low before. Oh, sorry, my bad. I didn't blow your ears out there. Double click on my my mixer over here. I'm trying to turn the audio down just a little bit so I could hear you a little better. But anyway, a bottom of 34.97 is where we've seen it. The question is that the floor? Now here, one thing to note, the RSI is currently sitting at 32.55, which is extremely low, all right? It's 30 is when you get to the point of being what we call oversold. It's almost a 30, so it's almost considered oversold, which means a lot of people have sold it, you know, at some point it's got to turn around. So, I mean, it's a matter of when is this thing going to find a bottom? And the problem with it from a technical analysis standpoint is I don't have anything over here to look at. Why? Because this is the first quarter ever of this stock. So you can there's not a lot of history, right? So that when you're asking those questions, you're asking a question about something who has no history, right? So when you do technical analysis for stocks, you want to use history. I want to go back as far as I can, right? As far as I can. So like a double bottom here with the George W. You notice that George W. Bottom, it moved up, kind of ran back here, kind of came, moved back down, hit it again, come back up, and it finally broke below it. When it did, it's gone way down. So, question is, how low can we go? Once we find the bottom, I can now set another level. So look, at this point, this is the bottom unless it gets broken. 34, and I gotta probably move that to get it right to the 97 mark. And I'm probably not gonna get it perfect. Unless I go into like the 1 minute chart and, you know, find the exact spot. Right there. Okay, so now if I go back to the day chart, it'll be right on. So look. So now, if this ends up being the bottom, now you have what we call a support level. And that support level, all right, is going to be what we consider what it bounces off of. And then this, what was originally support, which is 40, what'd I say? If I gotta zoom up a little bit. Oh, great. 41 something anyway. I can't really see it because there's that way. I think it's the indicators in the way, but 41 something anyway. So that's going to end up being what we call resistance then. So support, bounce, resistance, bounce, and it's going to do some sort of thing like that. And then if it bounces through here, the next level that I would look at would be right. It's pretty solidly right there at like 46.29. If it breaks that, then you're moving up here into this zone, right? Then that's when it explodes, right? So that's what you need to answer. Those are the questions you need to answer. So Casey, I can't go out there and say, hey, in a year it's going to be this, right? Because nobody knows that answer. There is not a single person on this planet that can answer that question, all right? Until it actually happens. So there you go. But I can tell you based on a charting pattern of where it could go in the near term. If it floors out at 34.97, you can hear it up. Should say tries, not can. There you go. Whatever. close enough. But Hi-Fi says if someone can predict a price in a week, they are brilliant. In a month, they are foolhardy. In 3 months, they are delusional. In a year, they are idiots. That's the easiest way to say it. Technical analysis on a stock that's been live for a couple months. Fundamentals is all that matters now. Yes, there you go. So there you go. I'm giving you the information based on what I be price. So here's the thing, right? I look at the actual charting. That's how I figure out things. You can ask Hi-Fi. And I'm not trying to toot my horn here, but I do a pretty decent job of getting somewhat accurate on stuff. So at least as far as my charting patterns, this is one thing that I really try to craft is my charting. So, but anyway, fundamentals used to be meaningful. These days, nothing makes sense. Yeah, this market is insane. It is absolutely insane. But yeah, like I said, feel free to share it out. Let everybody know. Say, come on in, check out COUPANG. As I go back to the 1 minute chart, and we could take a look at it and see where it's at. And of course, right now, 35.10. 35.10. Remember, 34.90, 97. I don't know why that says 96. It should have been 97. There you go. But it's getting close to that bottom. So look, in the after hours, it went down and it pretty well stopped right about that same spot. So it kind of got a little bit of something saying, hey, this might be the bottom. You know, 34.97 might be your in. I'm not telling you to go and throw your money at it, but there you go. I guess based on a chart, this is going. I guess based on chart, this is going to $20. All right. Well, you're just saying based on this right here. We'll see. Because here's the other thing. You got it's 15 is 200. You got to keep an eye on those indicators. So we'll see. But again, it all depends on earnings. Depends on earnings. So I'm curious to see how many peeps rolling here. We got 19 in here right now. Thank you. Welcome to each and every one of you. So we got a little over an hour until the earnings call actually goes live. So this is basically just a pre-show, whatever, to get you in here, show you the chart, the earnings release coming soon. So as soon as the earnings come out, as soon as they release them, I'll be able to show them. They'll come right here on this right here. I have it already filtered up and ready to go with COUPANG, so that as soon as any news or anything comes across with COUPANG, we will have that for you. So alrighty, so there you go. You got some technical analysis. You got all that. This was from Thursday. Of course, they talked about the earnings that were scheduled for today. I am already in the event lobby for COUPANG. I'm already in it. It's just one of those things where you can't join it until 15 minutes prior. All right, so 5:15 Eastern time, I will jump into that and have that ready to go, whatever. But so if y'all have any questions or anything else, feel free to ask. Again, that's what the live chat's for. Also, I click that like button. Don't be afraid to click it, because that does help the YouTube algorithm. Helps move up the algorithm and let people know about the stock and let them know about COUPANG, and I'm more likely to invest in it to check out the company. I do know, and just going back and looking, so like the day that we did the COUPANG, I had so many people come in for the IPO that came in from all over the world, and it blew my mind. I had people from South Korea coming in just talking away and just honestly, the font I couldn't even read it. It's Korean, so but it's insane. Let's see here. Hi-Fi says honestly smells like an employee sell-off. So you think it's just everybody just they gained a bunch of money on their when it IPO'd, and they just said, oh, I got my money, I'm good, thank you, have a nice day, see you later. Well, I heard that COUPANG was gonna be like huge, right? It's gonna be this huge thing. It was like super pumped in the everybody say it's like the next Amazon, whatever, and they're talking about it, and so I was expecting something, really big, the IPO. Oh, so here we go. See, it just hit that bottom, 34.97 right now. It is at that floor, and it just went below it. You officially just broke the 34.97. It's a 34.95. Now, just because it broke, it doesn't mean it's gonna like just completely go way down, right? Although it could, but it could be. Like I said, it still could be trying to find that bottom. So there it is, right there, 34.80. We're down 1.39%, 1.5%, 34.76. $34.75. Where's it gonna go? So keep watching it. Now remember, this is all-time low. Never been lower than this. I guess my question is, how many of you investors are in? You know, what'd you get in? Here comes the earnings. They just came across. That's probably why the stock chart was having its deal here. All right, so here we go. COUPANG earnings. COUPANG Q1 sales 4.2 million, up from 2.4 million year over year. Says COUPANG reported 4.2 million in sales this quarter. All right, this is a 74.27% increase over sales of 2.41 million in the same period last year. Boom! COUPANG with some good sales. Yo, they doubled up year over year, almost. They almost doubled up. That's insane. Just shy. And if this goes down, I will be completely shocked, because that's a big increase. 74%. 74%. Alrighty, there you go. Got the earnings. Whoop whoop. Let's see what some peeps are saying on Stocktwits. What's going on? Yeah. Dan says this stock only goes down. It's crazy. Yeah, it does continue. It has gone down quite a bit. I mean, if you go, like I said, if you go back, you can see that it's just literally just been. And I was there for day one for the IPO, and you know, it was just like a quick shot up, and then it kind of just come down, and then it kind of George W'd head up, and then it's ever since it's just kind of come down. Yeah, so there you go. As soon as if there's anything else that comes across, I'll put it up there. But there you go. COUPANG Q1 sales 4.2 million. Of course, it looks like that 34.34 now. That's way below what that line was that we were setting. So now it's gone even lower. 34.34. But it's trying, it's really trying to set it. If you look at the level 2s over here, you can see it. Big buy at 34.20, let's see, 34.21, now 34.6, 34, so there's, I mean, but there's still a lot more volume on that sell right now. It's a matter of, can they buy it back up? But again, you got to remember too, despite the earnings, and I'm gonna have to pull this up here and make this a little more. There you go. But despite the earnings, you got to remember the whole market is down, right? The whole market is taking a hit. COUPANG down another 4% in the after hours. So someone put, I guess companies should give crappy earnings reports to have the stock go up because good ones make it go down. He said it's not like this price per share had all the good news baked in it. Oh, people. Oh, it's the things they say. So for those of you who play online video games, this is from Hi-Fi. For those of you who play online video games, I'm officially renaming the stock market to World of Tanks. World of Tanks. Yo, we got 90 people in here. 3 likes. Come on. Smash that like button. Whoop, whoop. Let's go. Come on. That was good earnings. Come on. That's good earnings. Despite this is good. All right. This is good. Let's see what else they come up with. And I'm really, like I said, I'm kind of excited to hear what they say on the earnings call. All right. But, oh, look at that spike. Look at that spike. Yo. Boom. There's a spike. Let's see what happens here. Ooh. Alright, here, let's give it a refresh. There we go. Yeah, a little bit of a spike. Oh, everybody blowing up the Stocktwits board right now. Oh, checking it out. But so just taking a quick look because you're gonna see him on the call here in a little bit, or at least you're gonna hear at least one or maybe a few of them on the call here in a little bit when we get to the earnings call. We got our this is the board of directors for COUPANG. I'm gonna pull this across so that you can take a look. Really quick. All right, so here you go, board of directors right here. We got all right, I'm gonna hopefully say this is Bamsu Kim. You got Matthew Christensen. You got Lydia Jett. You have Neil Mehta. You got Benjamin Soon, and then Kevin Warsh and Harry Yu. So there you go. That's the. I'm sorry, the name got me, Harry Yu. Apologize, but it's just one of those you don't expect it to read it. You're like, oh. Anyway, so there's your governance right now for COUPANG. So this is on the investor relations website. So just to give you a little idea of who is the head of the board there. Of course, Bamsu Kim is Chief Executive Officer and Chairman of the board for the board of directors of COUPANG. So So I'm sure you'll hear him on the call here shortly when we get to the earnings call. It's a little under an hour right now. Little under an hour. I'm curious. What y'all think. What you think about the earnings? Let me know. Hit me up in the live chat. Tell me what you think of the earnings. Someone posted on Stocktwits said, "Buy the dips, buy the dips." I love it. Buy the dips. High Faces earnings. I earned nothing today on the market, so blah. Oh, yes, it's a crazy market day. Absolutely crazy market day. I guess. I mean, think about it. COUPANG picked one heck of a day to do earnings. If you think about it. So did Sundial. It's just like we had Sundial earlier. We did that earnings earlier on the show, and but it's insane to think it's like, oh, so we're gonna do the earnings on this date, and then it ends up being just like a terrible day. Blue chips and dips, yeah. And so don't forget, despite the despite the market being somewhat down or whatever, there still is the crypto market too, and it also went down. So we're looking at it right here on your side. You can see, Bitcoin went down today, Ethereum went down, Litecoin down. Like pretty much the entire crypto market was down too. So it's insane. It wasn't just the stock market that took a hit today. The crypto market took a hit too, and so it's just like, it's just one of those days, I guess you could say. It's one of those days. But we're getting ready. Like I said, we got the earnings. If they release any other info, I'll pull that up. Whatever. And go to their website too as well. They might have some other deets on here that I can pull up for you. So here we go. Here's some info for the website that they put out there with them announcing their first quarter ended on March 31st, 2021. Total net revenues increased 74% on a reported basis and 63% on a constant currency basis. Total active customers grew 21% year over year to 16 million, and total net revenues per active customer was up 44% to $262 in the first quarter. Gross profit was $733 million in the first quarter, a 70% increase from last year. So check that out. And here's just a little thing. It says, COUPANG was founded with a mission to make customers wonder, how did I ever live without COUPANG? A vision that forced us to re-examine the trade-offs in commerce and to build hard things to tackle them, said founder Bomsoo Kim. Our strong our Boom Soup Kim have, I'm sorry, I apologize if I said the name wrong, but our strong 2021 first quarter results show that we are making meaningful progress towards the goal. We're excited that our underlying fundamentals are better than ever, and our differentiation keeps growing over time. Now that's a statement that is posted on the website along with some of the results and whatnot that's all out there. So quite a bit. Obviously they'll go into it in the call a little bit more in detail. But it's all out there for you. All the numbers and everything right on the website. So right on the investor relations website on COUPANG. But that's just a quick statement that they made. It's a little bit just to give you the deets on the earnings and what's going on. Currently, it's moving back up now. All right, so currently sitting at 34.76, down 1.5% in the after hours. Was down 2.5% in the regular trading day today, but it took a dip, and now it's starting to rip a little bit. So we'll see. Someone said this was a very good first quarter, and that it will take off tomorrow. That's what they put. It will take off tomorrow. But look, so here's from a technical standpoint, you got the 15 starting to hook, which is really good. You see that hook, and see it starts to run up. If that crosses over the 200, you can see a nice run up here soon. So keep an eye on that. As soon as I said that, right? It just kind of starts to, It just needs a hook. You get that hook. That's what you're looking for. All right. Let's see here. One said, all that ran in HOFE couldn't even give me $3 a day. So one's been trying to get into HOFE, like I was, not that it's already in it, wanted to get it a little bit cheaper, and average out a little bit more. And a couple days ago, I went to $2.99, and one just missed it. One's like, I missed $2.99, like I missed it. And so trying to get back to that like $3 range. It looks like it's gonna go there, and then all of a sudden it just turns around. So one just keeps waiting. He's like, I got an order set in, so as soon as it gets to that like low point, I'm just gonna just take that in and run with it. And but it's 314. One's like, it looked like it was gonna go there, and it just turned around. Couldn't even give you the $3 you wanted. All the red in the market, and it couldn't give you what you wanted. But yeah. So there's that. Let's take a look real quick. I'll just go to the after hours and see what the big movers are here in the after hours for the session. Right now, it looks like Sonos, Ceno. All right, up 17% so far for the session in the after hours. And keep in mind, these are so I'm filtered to stocks that only have a million trading or higher. So actually, I'll take off that filter. Yeah, since it's the after hours, they may not have that many. So number one overall mover in the after hours right now is BNTC, 25.28%. So tell you if you're just looking for something to check out in the meantime, you can check it out. BNTC. We got NM, which is Navios. I believe that's Navios Maritime. Is 20 or Marine, Navios Marine. I can't see, it's cut off. It's but anyway, Navios. It's NM. 21.5%. FTEK, by the way, is Fuel Tech. It is up 20% in the after hours. Let's see here. Fam, what up? I'm assuming that's Fam. What up? Says I am buying in. Yeah, get it. Buying in. COUPANG, huh? COUPANG. Get it. One says, everyone know the first thing you need to do is look at your stock apps to see how the market is doing pre-market. Fam says, I'm in. I'm getting in, yeah. I think I hope that's how you say it now. I think looks like it. I'm substituting the P for an F there, but I could be wrong. It could be Pam. I don't know. It could be Pam. With a silent H. But anyway, hope I said that right. But yeah, getting in. So COUPANG, it's 34.50 right now. That's where it's setting. You know, some people are saying tomorrow is going to be the day. Hi-Fi said, is today just the earnings number, or is there a live call? No, there's a live call. It's scheduled. You try to mess with me, I had to double look. No, it's today. It says Wednesday, May 12th, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. So it goes off at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. So it is today. Hump Day, May 12th, 2021. Someone put this COUPANG is probably like PLTR, down 2% in the after hours with great earnings report, and then up 10% the next day. So there you go. So people are saying it. They're already saying, yo, hey, next day it might be, you know. Again, if you haven't had the chance to do it, feel free to share out the link. Let some people know. Say, come on in. Check it out. Let some people know, you know, we're going to do the earnings call. We got, 41 minutes? 41 minutes until they go live on the call. Let's tell them to come on in, hang out. I got the stock chart right here ready to go, so you can keep it up to date on exactly what is happening. Of course, you got what looks to be a nice little is it good? The question is it going to flatten right here, or is it going to get a full curve up? It's kind of depending on where this goes in the near future here, based on the 15 MA heading towards the 200 EMA. Yeah, I've been following the crypto market as well, and I've been setting up some indicators for the crypto market. It's just insane to look at the market and see the crypto market down too as well. Like everything I see is just like down, 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 down. It's like insane, insane. Someone said, hey, you remember Amazon? If you do, just shut up and keep buying. They said, remember Amazon? They basically said COUPANG is the next Amazon, so it says shut up and keep buying. Alright, so appreciate it. Thank you to each and every one of you for hitting a like button. That does help out a lot. Appreciate it. Anytime you hit that like button, that does help out the algorithm a little bit. But thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you. Also, don't forget, if you haven't subbed already, if you haven't done that yet, make sure you hit that sub button. That does help out too as well. And I hit a big milestone today, over 400! Over 400 subs up in here today. It's this massive goal of 500 by the end of the month, so I appreciate that a lot. Y'all, you get one of these. Yeah, hitting the rock. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. So that is interesting now that I think about it, because you got to remember, so COUPANG, it came out higher than what the actual IPO price was, and it actually hit the IPO price. All right, so the IPO price was $35. Somebody posted that. I didn't even think about that. That's correct. It was. Now that I remember it, it was $35. And of course, obviously it opened up a lot higher than 35. That doesn't mean so to think that it is at what they could said that the IPO price was going to be, kind of tells you that maybe there's something in the realm of possibility of that might be like the ideal price, right? Again, they do all that stuff based on valuation and everything else, so that's ideal. To think that. All right. Let's see here. Because I'm gonna double check something because I just thought about it. So I can zoom back on COUPANG. I can go way back. So when it's let's see here. Because it should show. Here we go. Right here. Yeah, you're right. $35. I was right. They are $35 a share. So this is what it was indicated to be opened at back when it was when it IPO'd at 35 bucks. Look where it's at, right? Look where it's at. It's right around that range. And so to think that, but they indicated to open at 56 and 61, 63, 63, 61, 63. And then it opened for trading. It obviously it says 30, but it opened for trade at 63.50. So you got to think about this. 35 was the price that they said that was going to IPO at, but it actually opened at 63.50. All right, so that's it's way higher than that $35 price. So to think over all that time, it finally kind of came back to that price. Of course, over time, we'll take a look at some of this. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's go through it. So, see, this is March 15th. They were saying COUPANG shares as hearing Pershing Squares. Bill Ackman says he gave away 26.5 million shares of the company stock. It says update. I was very fortunate. Let's see. I was very fortunate. Day one investor in COUPANG. As a result of its incredible success, 26.5 million shares of its stock will benefit humanity as I gave all the shares to the Pershing Square. Oh yeah, so I forgot that. Yeah, Ackman. So Ackman gave away a whole bunch of the shares. This is just a recap of what's went on since the IPO. But they gave away a whole bunch of shares to the to that foundation to help out. So there was that. Let's see here. Let's see. Kramer weighs in. I'd say that's not signature. Never mind. Mizuho initiate coverage on COUPANG with a neutral rating, announces price target of $50. So then you have, what date is this? This is April 5th. So April 5th, they put a price target of $50. Then Goldman Sachs initiated a buy rating and announced a target of $62. All right. And then, let's see here. Deutsche Bank said a target of $46 the same day. So they got a whole bunch of price targets came out. Then the people are talking about it. Let's see. Then Goldman Sachs initiated a stock with a buy rating and a price target of $62. Then, let's see. They gave some levels. And then JP Morgan initiated a neutral rating, announced a price target of $48. Credit Suisse then announced a price target of $47. So we're just going to go through all these. It just kind of gives you an update. Did $48 from JP Morgan on the neutral rating. It says coverage neutral rating. Announced price target of $48. Initiation rating was yesterday. Let's see. The COUPANG share site 5.6%. As Hearing Motley Fool has named stock a new long pick. So then it spiked on April 22nd. And then obviously they scheduled the earnings, and that's really been it. As I said, no news whatsoever ever since. That's really been it. So like April 22nd was the last time they had the share spike in that it was on the news. So we haven't really heard much in the news realm of things on COUPANG ever since April 22nd. And so there you go. So it kind of got a little quiet as it's 5 p.m. So we are 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes away from the call. And here about 15 minutes, I'll be able to log in and be ready to go for the call. Alrighty, so I just posted out because I want to see what some people think. I kind of posted out about, talking about what we were just talking about, how I recapped everything with the, since the IPO as far as news. And there's been a lot of price targets on COUPANG. It's just been all over the place. And I can go back through them again, but they're everywhere. And so I'm curious to know what your price targets are. Like, what do you all think? Let's kind of post that out there. Say, hey, let me know. Let's see what these people think. Let's see what they say about the price targets. We'll see if we get some responses to that as we await the earnings call coming up from COUPANG here in just a few minutes here, just shortly. All right, so we will have that coming up. So feel free to hit the live chat up, and if you're coming in and you're wanting to talk about the price targets, let me know what you all think and where you think the price is, because I can tell you now there's a whole bunch of targets on these on COUPANG here, so Alex says if earnings are a beat, at what price would you recommend selling a call? I was literally just asking about price targets. It's funny because you talking about a call. So wait a minute, I guess, here's the thing with calls, right? Calls, it depends on your call, right? Calls are different. All the options are all different. So I mean, it's to say, hey, this is the time to sell it, right? Each call is different. Some calls are better than others. So tell me more about your call. Are you already in one, or how's that? I guess that's the question that needs more answered, so that I can kind of determine how to answer your question, I guess. I can't just say, hey, there's a price target for a call, right? Like, it all depends on because that all depends on everything with options. There's a lot of different factors that go into that. Buying and selling. But anyway, taking a look at, I'll just go to day chart and give you an idea of where everything's at. All right, so so this right here is each one of these candlesticks are days. Sorry about this thing keeps popping up. It's just it does that sometimes. It's just everything trying to load for my news feed. But so yeah, so we've pretty much floored here. We've hit it pretty much. It seems to be a floor. But it's not, it doesn't guarantee it. It could continue downward. We don't know. We got to find out where the bottom is on this. We don't know where it's at. And so as it's, but if this ends up being a floor, the next level up is 41.36, all right? If it breaks that, then we've seen it hanging there in that 46.29 range, right? All right, and then above that, it's kind of anyone's guess. It could be, right here was a solid one, was 50.63, and then you go all the way up to the top, right? Those are pretty much your technical levels to watch, right? So it's just a matter of knowing those levels, and then I guess you could decide, because here's the thing with options. So one thing is factors of options is time. So it all depends on your call, with what's going on. As far as options, I can look at some of the options, see what they got. Price-wise, I mean, you're looking at it. They currently, there's the 40-70, you got June, you got August. There's a lot of long calls right here. So June being, it's got May and the June. You take a look at it. These ones are in the money right now. So you take a look at these. They're doing pretty decent with the change. This one right here is done $55 June calls are up 33% right now. Those are huge. These ones are down. So it might be again, a lot of factors and options. A lot of factors. But those are technical levels to watch as far as just straight up stock chart right there for you. Going back to the 1 minute chart. I'm curious, what do y'all think as far as price target yourself? What do you think? Let me know. Hit me up in the live chat. Tell me where your targets are. If you had to pick it. Because you got to look at it. COUPANG is currently sitting it right at the original price they were going to IPO at. Granted, they didn't IPO at that. They IPO'd a lot higher than that. So, big difference in the IPO price and where it started at. So, now it's kind of sitting about where the original valuation was. So, let's... so, maybe there's some thought to that. As for earnings, they've already had they've already released this COUPANG Q1 sales 4.2 million, up from 2.41 million, 74.27% increase over sales of 2.41 million the same period last year. Truth to Tarot says $42, 42, which again, that's going back to that day chart. You got to remember 41.36 is where I have that, but then it could run up in here. I have it's setting up in this level. If it gets back up into there, 46.29 as being a top right there. But that's my, I guess that's my levels. I would say if it continues to go up and you buy it here, in my personal opinion, if it breaks the 41 mark, 46 would be the next spot to look at. So here's where we are right now. The after hours. Take a look at just the full out straight up after hours. You can see where we're at right now. Currently setting at 34.75. It's down 1.53% in the after hours. As we are getting closer here in just a few minutes, I'll be able to actually fully 100% log in. I'm already in, but I'm not like into the actual webcast yet. So you have to wait till 15 minutes prior to the call. So, which means we're getting closer to the call. So in about 5 minutes, I'll be able to get into that. In 20 minutes. We'll be going live with the call with the COUPANG earnings. So be sure to share out the link, let everybody know. And if you're new to the channel, hit that like button. It does help out. So if y'all click the like button, it does move it up a little bit in the YouTube, funnel or whatever, and lets them know, hey, this person is doing this. They might know, there might be some investors that find COUPANG through that. So make sure you do that. That does help out quite a bit. Also, if you want to hit the sub button, I do appreciate that. Anybody want to join, I do a show each day, market open all the way through market close, Monday through Friday. So you can come in and hang out with that. So I keep you updated. I got all kinds of stuff. I follow the crypto market, I follow the regular market, and give you live news. I got news feed to your right, which is updated. Right now it's just showing COUPANG, but if I flipped it off COUPANG, you'd be able to see. Now watch. If I pull it off, you'll be able to see over here all this stuff gets updated in real time right here. You can see it like they're talking about cannabis stock gainers, the losers for May 12th. They're talking about all kinds of stuff. Anything that's updated, it comes across right here in real time. I have a link to that in the description, by the way. It's called Benzinga Pro. You're more welcome to check the link out. Click on that. And there's a 2-week free trial, no credit card required. If you use my referral link, which I contacted the company directly. They set me up for that, and so no credit card, whatever. Just username, password. You get 2 weeks, and you get all these tools. You get that. There's a movers gainers tool I have that's it's off screen. You can't see it, but it's off screen. I have it, which keeps me updated. Like right now in the after hours, the number one stock right now, it's up 32.61% is LIT. So you can take a look at that. So I have that. There's a stock screener. There's all kinds of tools that you could use from using that referral link. I also have, if you're interested in crypto, we got the Binance QR code on the screen. There's the Cash App, whatever there that you have available as well. So there's links in there in the description for all kinds of stuff to check out for referral links that just to help you get started, whatever, and anything that you might be venturing. So check that out. And like I said, feel free to share the link out and get some people and let them know about it. Yeah, let's do it. So anyway, my name's Corey, by the way. I'm the host. So yeah. So feel free to hit the live chat up, introduce yourself too if you haven't already. Come on in, join the club. I got some peeps in here on a regular basis that hang out with me. My regulars. I got one. Hi-Fi's up in here. Some of my peeps. Hi-Fi's been here since day one with me. Yeah, day one. Hi-Fi's got like a lot of hours of watch time. Hi-Fi is invested. I swear, invested in Pop the Chart. So, not literally, but physically. Physically vested, right? That's the best way to put it. Physically. But all right, less than 2 minutes, I should be able to get this ready to rock here. All right, let's see here. Truth to Terra says liked and subscribed. Thank you, appreciate it. All right, yeah, we hit over 400 today. That was a huge 400. So I'm super stoked to do that. I started on March 1st, so there's a couple weeks there where I was kind of off. I didn't get a chance to really do streaming. I was out of town, sort of thing. But yes. So technically, so March, about half of April, and then so far the beginning of May. You know, there you go. I've been able to amass at least 400 subs, so that's massive. It's huge. Thank you so much to each and every one of you for being a part of that. Y'all rock. 500 is my goal by the end of this month. So before June, so end of May, I'd love to have 500, which is huge. That's the goal, and then trying to get to my watch time going for YouTube, and I'm not too far away from that, and I may actually be able to be opened up fully on YouTube by the end of May. So that's the goal. But one says I probably have close to 400 hours myself. 400 hours of watch time. Thank you, Juan. You the man too. You both rock. Typo 100. Typo 100. Someone posted, it said, I'm just waiting, you know, for the call. So relax and grab a glass of whiskey, boys. That's funny. All right, so I should be able to get it here. All right. Alright, so this is going to be fun. Because this does not want to... Let's see if I can do this. Yes. Alright. Oh, that's not gonna work. Trying to get that just right in there. There we go. That'll do. That'll do. Of course, I'll probably have to play with the volume here in a little bit. Oh, okay, cool. I can unmute it back. All right, good deal. All right, so I just got it ready to go. So, COUPANG. Yeah! Cool, so we're less than 10 minutes. Excuse me. Let's see. One says actually like 200. I just did some math. Hi-Fi got me beat for sure, though. Got you. Thank you for each one of you for hitting the like button. I appreciate it. We got less than 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes until the earnings call. So we're ready to rock for that. Coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll get it going. We'll get COUPANG on the line. All right. Here we go. Getting so close. Oh! I know y'all are excited. Y'all got to be excited, especially all my COUPANG investors. You got to be ready to rock. All right, as we get ready for the call here coming up. Come on. It's like here's the only thing. Like, so typically they do earnings at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So like this was like one of those where it's like, oh, we're gonna get there. It's coming eventually. You gotta wait for it. It's a little later than normal, you know. So it's that extra little bit of time. So like 4:35 p.m. is usually when it starts. So you got that extra like 30 minutes that they throw in there. It's just like, oh, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. All right. So here we go. Like I said, we're a little beside almost 5 minutes. Almost 5 minutes away from COUPANG. When it gets down to about 1 minute, I will turn up the audio, crank up COUPANG, and be able to listen in and to hear what old CEO Bob Soo King, what they're gonna say. What is he gonna say? Is he gonna pump everybody up? We'll hear it. We'll hear it here soon. Now here's the thing, all right. So COUPANG, all right. COUPANG. We had a lot of people on the IPO. I'm curious to see how many people we get for the earnings coming in here here very shortly as people start to roll in, getting closer to the earnings call. But so just so you know, just a little bit of reference on earnings calls. I always say this. So the record is BlackBerry. BlackBerry nailed it with 300 people in here, and then AMC not far behind is at 200, almost 200 in here. And so there you go. So that's the record. So y'all got to do some sharing if you got to get to the record. Y'all got to get out there. That's the thing. I always sell the records. See what people see where we are. So COUPANG. Again, people are saying COUPANG is gonna be the future Amazon. So like the Amazon. So we shall see. Right now, it's sitting right about where they valued it at for the IPO before it actually released onto the stock market, onto the New York Stock Exchange. But we'll see. We shall see. All right, we're under 5 minutes. Let's go. So what I'm gonna do, so you'll have it right here. If for some reason they start playing something on the screen, keep that in mind. I will make it a little bigger for you so you can see it. For the most part, typically stuff's just audio, so you'll just be able to listen in to hear exactly what they say. So watch for that. So we'll have that as soon as like I said, as soon as we get about a minute till, I'll turn up the audio, crank it up so you'll be able to hear it, and then I'll turn me as soon as you start talking. I'll turn myself down. You'll be able to just listen in, check it all out. And as I said, if there's anything that pops up here that needs to be shown larger, I will do that for you. But you'll have the stock screen, you got the live stock chart right here. Keep in mind the 35.33 up here is where we ended the day at minus 2.54%. This below it, this number down here, which is 34.50 right now, which is it's 34.50 down 2.24%. This is the after hours number, so this is what you're seeing right here. It's the red right there, so you just watch it. This is the stock chart. Of course, in the after hours, you had a little dip earlier. They bought the dip, and now it's kind of running back towards that line that I drew earlier, the 34.97 line. So we shall see where it goes as soon as the call goes live here in just a couple minutes. Again, my name is Corey. I'm host of Pop the Chart. Do the show each day, market open, all the way through market close. So Monday through Friday, y'all gotta come in, check that out, do the show with me on a regular basis as I cover the stock market on a I use all my tools. I got my movers, gainers, news feed, all kinds of stuff, stock screeners, everything at my disposal. As long as also I got a crypto stuff set up too as well. So if you want to check some crypto out, I could show you that too. Well, here's crypto right here. And I got some off the side of the screen. You can't really see them, but I have them pulled up that are real time updated to keep you updated for that as well. Also, you can see SafeMoon on there. I got SafeMoon up on the screen. I'm invested in SafeMoon, so I started doing that on Sunday. I got invested into SafeMoon. So, but yes, so all kinds of deets, all kinds of information for you, details and more right here on Pop the Chart. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It's time to get pumped up. We've been waiting over an hour and a half almost. We wait for a while. That's all I can say. We wait for a while for this earnings. So I'm super pumped to hear what they're gonna have to say for their first earnings call for these 2021 year first earnings call for the New York Stock Exchange. COUPANG, CPNG, coming at you here in just a moment. So share it out there. Let everybody know. Say, come on in. Let's get the algorithm to move up. Hit the like button. Yeah, 22 peeps up in here. 5 likes. Come on. Clickety click. Smash that like button. Yeah, get it. Come on. Get pumped up. Let's go. Everybody's coming in now. 24 peeps pulled up in here. We are getting super close. We are 1 minute till, and I will turn up the music here. Let's get some music. All right. Here we go. Yeah, we're gonna have that awesome hold music that they always play right before the calls go live. All right, so we have that for you. All right, so apologize, it's a little loud right there, but I'll turn it down just a hair. Salman says, here we go. So, meet a bug, green in a sea of red. Yeah, I know, right? That's what you gotta say. There is a lot of red. A lot of red. But you know what? You know what red always leads to? It leads to green! The green sea, hopefully. That's true. Hopefully that comes really soon. Alright, so we should see that here shortly. The market's got to turn around at some point, right? It has to. It has to turn around. So it can only go so far down before it just decides to go back up, right? You know, I looked at this earlier. I pulled up a photo that I had from last year during COVID, and it was way down. Like the Dow was at like 20,000. All right, and we're at 33 right now. So we're bad. We're not that bad. You know what I mean? We're just down a little. That's all. It's a little market sell-off. But here we go. COUPANG earnings coming at you. It is 5:30. My name is Corey, host of Pop the Chart. Thank you. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get into the call. If you're new to the channel, join me. Do the show each day, market open through market close. So I appreciate each and every one of you for being in here. Hang in here shortly after the call. I will redo a little quick recap and a little live chat, and we'll kind of discuss what we heard on the call. So let's do it. Should be any moment now. As for COUPANG to come on. Here we go.
Good afternoon. My name is Alexander, and I will be your conference operator today. At this time, I would like to welcome everyone to the COUPANG earnings conference call. All lines have been placed on mute to prevent any background noise. After the speaker's remarks, there will be a question and answer session. If you would like to ask a question during this time, simply press star followed by the number 1 on your telephone keypad. If you would like to withdraw your question, please press the pound key. Thank you. Now, I'd like to turn the call over to Michael Ceno, Vice President of Investor Relations. You may begin your conference.
Thanks, operator. Welcome to COUPANG Inc.'s quarterly earnings conference call for the first quarter ended March 31st, 2021. I'm pleased to be joined on the call today by our founder and CEO, Bom Kim, and our CFO, Gaurav Anand. The following discussion, including responses to your questions, reflects management's views as of today's date only. We do not undertake any obligation to update or revise this information except as required by law. Certain statements made on today's call are forward-looking statements. You should not place undue reliance on forward-looking statements. Actual results may differ materially from these forward-looking statements. Please refer to today's earnings release as well as the risks and uncertainties described in our prospectus filed with the SEC on March 11, 2021, and in other filings made with the SEC when available for information about factors which could cause our actual results to differ materially from these forward-looking statements. During today's call, we will present both GAAP and non-GAAP financial measures. Additional disclosures regarding these non-GAAP measures, including reconciliations of non-GAAP measures to the most comparable GAAP measures, are included in our earnings release and our filings with the SEC, each of which is posted on the company's investor relations website at ir.aboutcoupang.com. I will remind you that these numbers are unaudited and may be subject to change. And with that, let me turn the call over to Bom.
Thanks, Michael. Since this is our first earnings call, before we talk to the results, I'd like to take a moment here to speak about why we're so excited about the decades-long opportunity ahead of us at COUPANG. To understand COUPANG, we begin with our mission, to create a world where customers wonder, how did I ever live without COUPANG? Our orientation is our most important advantage. We work backwards from the customer, from a vision of a world where our customers have it all, jaw-dropping convenience without a convenience tax. Historically, online shopping has forced customers to choose between amazing service, low prices, and broad selection. Delivery within hours isn't amazing if your selection shrinks to that of a convenience store, or if it forces you to pay higher fees or prices. We aim to break these trade-offs. It's only when we deliver all three in harmony, amazing service, low prices, and broad selection that we deliver a true wow experience for our customers and sustain long-term growth for the company. So we built an end-to-end integrated e-commerce system that we believe is setting a new standard for commerce globally. And we ingrained into our culture a willingness to be brave, to take risks, to make bold choices, and to learn from our failures. These values are at the core of our DNA and drive our continuous innovation today. Here's an example. A few years ago, while almost all Rocket orders were one-day delivery, we learned that many customers were returning home late at night and were only able to use what they had ordered the following day, which meant that our one-day delivery was in effect a two-day experience. So we launched Dawn and same-day delivery with access to not just convenience store selection, but millions of items from computers to baby food. Customers can order seconds before midnight, head off to sleep, and wake up to find their items waiting at their doorstep before 7 a.m. via Dawn delivery for free. It's like Christmas morning every day. And how convenient was our service if customers could get every brand of cereal on Rocket, but still have to drive out to a store for milk? So we launched a nationwide online grocery service, offering customers one of the largest selection of fresh goods, delivered within hours at low prices. As a result, we've quickly become the leading nationwide online grocer. And why couldn't returns be as effortless as placing an order online? For returns on Rocket, you simply open the app, tap a few times, and leave the item out in front of your door for pickup. No packaging, printing of a label, or cumbersome scheduling with a carrier required. And the moment our driver scans the item in front of your door at pickup, we initiate the refund. And returns within 30 days on Rocket Wow are completely free. We tackled another convenience tax in e-commerce, packaging waste. Packaging is required to protect the items during shipment, but because we control the entire process end-to-end, we found a way to protect items without boxes. Today, more than 75% of the deliveries we process and ship are boxless, in a simple sleeve with no additional cardboard, air cushions, or bubble wrap. And we didn't stop there. We asked, can we get rid of all disposable packaging? We introduced eco bags for Rocket Fresh, which replaces nearly all disposable packaging with completely reusable bags that are picked up by our delivery network for reuse. Today, our trucks that once left full and returned empty are coming back with returns from customers and eco bags for reuse. We estimate that in Q1 alone, we saved over 8,000 tons or over 15 million pounds of packaging waste due to innovations like boxless delivery and eco bags. Breaking trade-offs is hard work. That's why few have done it. But it's our life's work, and we're passionate about it. We've invested the last 7 years and billions of dollars into countless internal systems, algorithms, and 25 million square feet of e-commerce infrastructure. Today, 70% of the Korean population lives within 7 miles of one of our centers. We also manage the largest fleet of full-time drivers in Korea, directly employing 15,000 delivery drivers who utilize our proprietary software and custom-designed trucks. And proprietary technology is critical to our ability to provide a wide selection, delivery experience, and free shipping. Our dynamic orchestration technology, for example, predicts and assigns the fastest and most efficient path for every order out of hundreds of millions of combinations of inventory, processing, truck, and route options within seconds of an order being placed. We are a technology company at our core, and the homegrown technology that underpins our value proposition is designed to optimize our one-of-a-kind end-to-end integration. As a result of our unmatched e-commerce investment in the market and years of scaling and iteration, we remain the only major e-commerce company in Korea that delivers 365 days per year, guaranteeing one-day delivery or faster on millions of items and keeping our promise on nearly 100% of our Rocket orders, even on peak days before Lunar New Year or Korean Thanksgiving. And it's not just delivery speed. Our unique investments and growing scale create operational efficiencies, which we can pass on to our customers in the form of lower prices. According to a recent third-party study, Coupang's prices were cheaper on average across all surveyed product categories. And we estimate that RocketWow customers saved over $200 million in shipping fees in the first quarter alone. The most exciting part is that we're still early in the journey. All of the things that we've built are getting better every year, and we plan to build more square footage of infrastructure over the next year than in any year since our inception. Our plan is to increase our nationwide footprint by over 50% in the coming year. We have a differentiation that will keep growing over time. The size, growth, and structure of the market is another tailwind. Korea is a massive e-commerce opportunity. It's the 5th largest globally and grew at a 20% CAGR over the last 5 years, second only to China. And it's the largest e-commerce opportunity not won by Amazon or Alibaba. But there is a broader play here. Similar to China, Korea is leapfrogging the offline retail revolution. The U.S. has more than 10 times the offline retail footprint per capita of Korea. We believe we're at the center of two revolutions, not just the transition from offline to online, but also a retail revolution that happened first offline in the U.S., but is now starting online in Korea. The market also boasts a highly connected, tech-savvy consumer base with high mobile usage. We believe these structural characteristics create strong tailwinds for e-commerce that will lead to higher online penetration than other markets. That makes this a broader commerce opportunity. Korea's total commerce market is expected to exceed $530 billion by 2024, and we were still less than 5% of the total market last year. And Coupang has been rapidly gaining traction, growing at a multiple of the overall e-commerce segment over the last few years, even as our scale increased. That trend continued in Q1 with year-over-year revenue growth approximately 3 times faster than the overall Korean e-commerce segment. Our cohort behavior confirms that trend. As we showed in our S1 filing, our annual cohorts are accelerating in size and spend each year, further evidence of the engagement and loyalty that our customer experience creates. And even our oldest cohorts are still increasing their spend, indicating that we're still at the early stages of our growth cycle. All the benefits we offer customers are amplified by our RocketWow membership. Fueled by access to services like dawn and same-day delivery, as well as our streaming video offering Coupang Play, RocketWow members purchase with significantly higher frequency and across more categories than non-WOW members. Fundamentally, Coupang is not a consumer goods company or a delivery company or even an e-commerce company. Coupang is at its essence a company that challenges trade-offs and delivers WOW in customers' daily lives. We started with product e-commerce, but have since launched 2 new services in Fresh and Eats. I'd like to spend a moment on their early success. In Rocket Fresh, we offer one of the largest selection of groceries online with the only nationwide dawn and same-day delivery service. We also offer, according to a recent third-party study, the lowest fresh prices among competitive services. As a result of our value proposition, Fresh revenue in Q1 was more than 2.5 times the revenue in the same period last year. Coupang Eats started small and focused on the Gangnam region in Seoul until the middle of 2020. A little less than a year later, Eats launched in Jeju Island and is now national. In Q1, Coupang Eats was the most downloaded mobile app in Korea, and the service has scaled faster than any in our history. Despite rapid growth in 2020, our penetration in both categories remain low. And while Fresh and Eats were the first new services we've launched since product commerce, they won't be the last. We're confident about the runway ahead, and we'll continue to invest aggressively in these and more offerings in the future. Finally, we're excited to be reporting our first quarter results because we think they validate the investments we've made and speak to the continued execution along our strategy. In Q1, we delivered total revenue growth of 74% year over year, and our quarterly active customers increased 21% to 16 million. Keep in mind that our strong first quarter growth comes against 2 headwinds. First, a comp against a strong quarter last year that experienced large order spikes due to the COVID-19 outbreak, which started in Korea in late January, and second, a challenging operating environment that persists due to the pandemic. To that second point, we had 20 complete closures of operational centers due to COVID at various times in Q1, an average of nearly 2 closures per week. In spite of those and countless other challenges, we upheld our high on-time delivery rates. It's a testament not only to the capabilities that we've built in our end-to-end integrated network and technology, but also to the dedication of our teams. The lost operational bandwidth and opportunity costs were real, but our team's commitment and hard work helped make our workplace safer while keeping our promise to our customers. I couldn't be prouder of our teams. In conclusion, we're excited to be on this journey with our shareholders, and we're just getting started. While our business will continue to evolve, we will operate. We'll always work backwards from an ambitious goal for the customer. We won't hesitate to make difficult decisions and bold investments for the long term. We'll keep attacking trade-offs between service, selection, and price to create a world where customers wonder, how did I ever live without Coupang? With that, I'll turn the call over to Gaurav.
Thanks, Bom. And thank you everyone for joining today. Before going into the quarter, let me begin with the framework we use to manage our financial profile. Our primary objective is to delight customers, as we believe that building enduring customer relationships will maximize long-term value for all our stakeholders, our customers, vendors, sellers, and shareholders. On the financial front, that means we intend to prioritize these investments to drive long-term cash flows over short-term profit optimization. With investments, we'll continue to use the same disciplined approach to deploy capital that we have always used, similar to how we develop offerings like Fresh and Eats. When our teams see a sizable market and an opportunity to create a differentiated customer experience, we start with small investments to test and then focus on iterating on the product and model till we build confidence in customer behavior and unit economics. Only then do we scale investments. While we'll remain bold and ambitious in pursuing new opportunities, we start small and our teams have to earn their way into bigger investments. Turning to our first quarter results, we delivered strong 74% reported revenue growth and a 63% increase on a constant currency basis. That came against challenging comps to last year's first quarter revenue benefit from the COVID lockdowns. For context, while the Korean e-commerce segment declined on a quarter-over-quarter basis, Coupang grew total revenue 11% quarter-over-quarter and 9% on a constant currency basis. Last year, February was the first full month we saw a revenue spike due to COVID, and against that comparison, our constant currency revenue growth in Feb and March remained in the high 50% range. There remains uncertainty around how consumers will respond to developments in the pandemic. However, we are very excited as the fundamentals of our business are as strong as they have ever been. Quarterly active customers grew 21% year-over-year in Q1 to 16 million, as our customer retention rate remains very high and our superior experience continues to attract new customers. Revenue per active customer grew 44%. The higher mix of new customers who initially spend less impacted the growth rate. But we are happy to make that trade as our customer cohorts have proven to have strong retention and increased spend over time. In terms of our revenue mix, despite the difficult year-over-year comparison, net other revenue growth accelerated relative to prior quarters, increasing 126% year-over-year. The higher growth is related to revenue from Coupang Eats and advertising, two newer offerings that have continued to scale over the past year. Gross profit increased 70% to $733 million in Q1. Our gross margin was about 40 basis points lower than last year due to the revenue mix across our offerings and additional investments. But we are encouraged that the underlying operating leverage in the business is improving. With our new offerings like Fresh and Eats, we continue to prioritize investments to drive growth and build scale. Also, Vaughn noted how our teams continue to navigate operational challenges related to COVID safety protocols and shutdowns, which has come with an opportunity cost of delaying efficiency efforts in the near term. As we move past COVID, further scale new offerings, and optimize operations and supply chain, we expect to see increasing efficiencies and meaningful gross margin expansion longer term. Excluding equity compensation and depreciation, operating general and administrative costs increased to 20.9% of revenue in Q1. The increase is mainly from investments in technology to support continued product enhancements and more corporate personnel. The first quarter also includes non-recurring costs related to our IPO. As a result of the higher expense growth, our adjusted EBITDA loss was $133 million in the first quarter. For cash flow, we focus on trailing 12-month numbers, which we believe are better indicators of ongoing business performance. Trailing 12-month operating cash flow was negative $197 million in the first quarter due to the timing of inventory investments and payable cycles in Q1 related to the first quarter of last year. Last quarter, we made inventory investments following a strong growth late last year to offer customers broader selection. Meanwhile, Q1 2020 cash flow benefited from initial surge in sales from the COVID lockdown, and inventory replenishment lagged a bit. But our cash conversion cycle is unchanged, and we expect these factors to normalize as the year progresses. Overall, we are pleased to have carried our operating momentum into 2021, and we are confident that the investments we are making and our focus on operational excellence to deliver an exceptional customer experience will continue to pay off. I'll now turn the call back to the operator to begin the Q&A.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to remind everyone, in order to ask a question, please press star then the number 1 on your telephone keypad. Please limit your questions to 2 per person. We will pause for just a moment to compile the Q&A roster. We have your first question from Stanley Yang with JP Morgan. Your line's open.
Thank you for your very, first quarter result. I have 2 questions. First question is the competitive landscape. The E-Mart and Marketplace, the pure grocery player, announced to keep the low price strategy. I think in conscious of COUPANG, growth momentum. So, what's the countermeasure of your company? And should we expect any disruptive marketing competition going into the second quarter and onward? And my next question is, I'm just wondering about this 1P versus 3P GMV mix change during the first quarter. Can you please color any GMV trend and any product category trend in terms of GMV? Thank you.
Hi, thanks for the question. I'll take the first part of that, and I think maybe Gaurav, you can tackle the second question. So, I think as we stressed in our opening, I think the most important competitive advantage that Coupang has is really our orientation. We've always worked backwards from the customer. It's never been appealing to us to be reactive to competitive changes, and we believe that enduring long-term trust with customers really comes from consistently delivering, the best experience at the low price every day to all customers. And I think that's an important context. We've invested billions of dollars into our end-to-end network. In Fresh, for example, we believe we're the only nationwide dawn delivery and same-day delivery. We believe we have the best selection, and we believe we have the lowest price because we have structural advantages and efficiencies that we've shared in part back with our customers. So, for example, Stanley, We have the lowest free shipping threshold in fresh that we know of anywhere in the world, at least that we know of, which is about $13 minimum, or 15,000 won. That's the kind of everyday low price, fast delivery experience that we're delivering consistently at scale. And it's not an easy thing to do. We've built hard things, invested a lot of capital to build that unique end-to-end network. That's why you're seeing the growth that you saw in the first quarter. In Q1, fresh was 2.5 times the size it was in Q1 of 2020. And that's not on a small scale. So even at large scale, you're starting to still see very high growth. And that's not because we reacted to any competitive, that's not because of a countermeasure or of a short-term promotion. That's because we built the infrastructure and the technology nationwide to provide the best selection, the best service at the lowest price consistently, every day to everyone. And we'll continue to invest in that. Fresh is one of our new initiatives that we're really excited about, we're focused on, and we will invest in the upcoming year.
Stanley, on your second question of 1P versus 3P mix change, we continue to see strong growth in both 1P and 3P. And there is no material change in mix at this time. So we are focused on both the services and continue to drive initiatives in each of them. However, over time, we would become agnostic between our own inventory and third-party selection. We'll continue to optimize for total gross profit dollars, and in the long term, assuming no difference in customer experience, we'll prioritize whatever is more profitable, for a given item.
Thanks, operator. We can take the next question.
Your next question comes from the line of Eric Shaw with Goldman Sachs. Your line's open.
Hi, thank you for the opportunity. Just had two questions, if I may. First one is, we noticed that there seems to be pretty strong growth coming, or pretty strong sustained growth coming from the active users. Just wanted to know what's the driver behind this. And the second question is, there's been a couple of, I think, news out on Coupang regarding its overseas expansion initiatives. Just wanted to hear from the management whether how focused Coupang is on this overseas expansion, and if they are, is it on the e-commerce part, or is it for the other sort of initiatives? So just wanted to know a little bit more details around that as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your question, Eric. On the first question, we think the drivers of that active customer growth are the same drivers that you saw drive the high adoption and spend growth that we shared in the S1. If you look at our cohort behavior, our customer adoption, it continues to accelerate. And we think it's really a culmination of, and really validation of, in our view, of the long-term strategy investments we've made. We really believe, no matter what category you're looking at, customers want all three of those pillars: service, selection, and price. And what we're really excited about is that the primary driver of our growth continues to be organic. Word of mouth is spreading, and you saw, that number, that adoption continue to grow. The vast majority of online shoppers in Q1 in Korea did not purchase Rocket yet, right? Did not purchase Rocket in Q1. So we're just so excited to see that penetration go up, and we're excited because even if these are new customers, we have a lot of evidence that once they experience that selection, service, and price differentiation consistently, and they build that trust, their spend and loyalty to our services grows and accelerates over time. And we really believe that as we add on more offerings like Fresh and Eats, that it creates more opportunity and more reasons for customers to become loyal to our platform, to place their trust in us. So we're seeing all of those investments really compound, our customer adoption and loyalty. On the second question of overseas expansion, I think it's important context. I just want to make sure. I think some of this will be obvious to many, if not everyone on the call, that we have a tremendous runway ahead. We're so early in our journey in our existing market. This is one of the largest and fastest growing markets in the world, in Korea. The fact that our oldest cohorts are still increasing spend at a fast rate, the fact that our most mature categories are still gaining online share, growing faster than their online segments, just speaks to, I think, and the overall growth being 3 times that of the e-commerce segment. Even in a quarter like this quarter that comped COVID months last year, just I think speaks to how early we are on this journey and how much runway we have. And the wonderful thing about having such a large and growing opportunity like the one we have in front of us is that it gives us ample opportunity to continue to build more and hone our capabilities. And when we, which means that when we extend those capabilities to new markets, we'll have a greater chance of success. And we, of course, will examine and explore opportunities in new markets as they come to us. And we'll pursue them. We'll pursue opportunities if we find an attractive one, if we identify an attractive one.
Thanks, Eric. Operator, we'll take our next question.
Your next question comes from the line of Peter Milliken with Deutsche Bank. Your line's open.
Yes, good morning. Thanks, guys. Firstly, do you have any specific plans for what to do with the $3.5 billion you've raised from the IPO? Because it seems to me to give you an even better chance to further your lead in the market. And secondly, logistics is really a great competitive advantage you have. Can you explain any recent developments you've had, maybe in the 3P fulfillment side, and whether you think merchants would accept more than one e-commerce platform doing 3P fulfillment, or whether they would just settle for one company doing that? Thank you.
Hi, thanks for your question. I think those two questions are somewhat related for us. At least the answer will be related. I think when you look at, so I think you're well aware that we've invested billions of dollars over the last 7+ years, building 25 million square feet of fulfillment logistics infrastructure. Not only that, but a unique tech stack, just countless systems and processes and algorithms that we've invested in and we continue to invest in to optimize and upgrade. And we're not resting on that lead. Our goal is not to rest on that lead. We have capital that we're going to use to extend that advantage. So in the coming year, we're going to build more in our coming year than we've ever built in any year in our history. Just in infrastructure alone, set aside the technology investments, just in infrastructure, e-commerce infrastructure alone, we are going to build over 50% of what we've built in our entire history in just the coming year. So we're really going to continue to push and extend the structural advantages that we're going to build, that we've built. And it's not just advantages in customer experience. It's efficiencies that come out of that scale, come out of the processes that we keep iterating on and refining and enhancing with our technology. And those savings we're going to pass on, in part to our customers and share with our partners. And I think when you think about, whether it's 1P, 3P, I think I think the way to think of it is who is building the infrastructure, who can build infrastructure that creates structural advantages and efficiencies that can be shared back. And if you don't have that scale that technology, that infrastructure, it's actually not efficiencies, but higher costs. And I think that's the way we're continuing to build an advantage in experience and cost, the best experience at lowest cost. We'll also continue to invest in new offerings. As we mentioned, we're excited about the progress we're making in Fresh and Eats, and they won't be the last investment. They won't be the last new offerings. We're constantly testing more opportunities, and we'll increase our investment in as opportunities gain traction.
Thank you, operator.
Thank you very much.
Your next question comes from the line of So-Yin Shin with Credit Suisse. Your line's open.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity. I have the two questions. The number one on your 3P business, how should we think about our average the 3P take rate, comparing with other marketplaces in Korea, and then also how fast can this grow along with the expansion of the jet delivery the services. My second question on your customer base, can you give us the more color, like in terms of like the age groups or certain the areas? So I would like to think where we can see the upside on the farm population in Korea, and then also I would like to know like the percentage of like the Rocket WOW the membership the subscribers, and also if you can provide any target ratio of the Rocket WOW the subscriber, that would be great. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. That's a lot of. That's a lot. So let me try to tackle. Hopefully, I'll try to cover as much ground as I can. So just, to give you a sense of the opportunity of the, you asked about the age groups and the demographics. This is how we're still underpenetrated in almost every age category you can think of, every demographic. So in Q1, at least according to the sources that we found, there were 37 million shoppers online in Korea, over 37 million in Q1. We had 16 million, which is, of course, a big jump from what we had, year over year, and that continues to grow. And from our cohort data that we shared, that once they start adopting, our services, that you see the spend grow every year. And accelerate. And so we're still very early, and we're excited to see us growing in every age group and gender demographic you can think of, because we believe that the vast majority of online shoppers should be shopping on Coupang and shopping on Rocket at the end of the day. And so we still have a lot of runway and a lot of growth that we have to, a lot of adoption that we have to still target. And you mentioned some services. We're always, because we're trying to create more chances and more contact points so that people can discover our services. If people come into our services through so many different channels, some will start on Rocket, some will start on Eats, some will start on Rocket and go to Fresh. We're launching. We of course talk a lot about Fresh and Eats, but at any given point right now, we have dozens of services of new experiments that we are testing, if not over 100 that we're testing, and we're experimenting, we're learning, we're iterating, and we'll continue to improve, enhance, and invest more so that we can create more opportunities for us to engage customers and get them started on that journey with us. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Your next question comes from the line of James Lee with Mizuho. Your line's open.
Take my questions. My first question for Gaurav. Can you talk about maybe revenue growth expectations for second quarter in FY21? Is the expected deceleration pretty consistent with your prior view? And looks like you guys did a good job on EBITDA. Can you also talk about your expectations for the same period as well? For BOM specifically, maybe some follow-up question on competition, given the potential capital raising by one of your major competitors, that being Naver, and also potential increased competition. Can you talk about maybe the difficulty for someone to replicate your end-to-end network here? And if they decide to increase their competition, maybe replicate your network, how do you plan to respond, to that, to new competitive pressure here? Thanks.
Thank you for the question. So, as I mentioned earlier, in February and March, we saw the year-over-year comps of the COVID, after COVID hit Korea in 2020. And since that time, the comps we have seen is a growth in high 50s in constant currency and approximately in high 60s in US dollars. And there's a lot of uncertainty, going forward. But that's where we are, what we have seen so far.
I think just to touch a little bit on the profitability side, I think you'll continue to see in the near term there's going to be fluctuations in gross margin because of revenue mix across our different services, things that are growing at different rates, and also with new investments that we make. But I think in the long run, the momentum you see in our business. I think Gaurav just mentioned that our February and March, for example, even against fully comped COVID numbers, was growing in the high 50s. We see strong momentum. Of course, there's uncertainty related to how the year progresses, how the COVID pandemic progresses, but there's strong momentum that we've built because we made choices in the past. We made investments in the past that maximized or sought to maximize long-term cash flow over short-term profit. And we're fortunate to be in a position to do that. We are still fortunate to be in that position, to be stewards of capital for very long-term investors, for our employees, our customers who all turn to us. We believe we're building a generational company. We're making investments that are targeting decades-long opportunities. We have a chance to build a groundbreaking customer experience to break trade-offs. And we are going to continue to make investments whenever we see attractive opportunities to maximize long-term cash flow over short-term profit optimization. We will always choose long-term cash flows. And that's our orientation. That's what we'll continue to do. And similarly in that vein, and I think what gives us additional confidence to do this is that the underlying operating leverage that we see in our business is improving, especially in our most mature investments. And so that gives us a lot of confidence that, again, if we make the right decisions for the customer and for the long term, they really do, I think we're headed in the right direction of providing the best experience at the lowest cost. I think your second question was around competition. And, it doesn't change our strategy. It's not as though we're just starting to make investments. We've been making investments over the last decade, especially the last 7 years, in this end-to-end integration, in a fulfillment logistics infrastructure that now blankets the market, in technology that really is driving the scale and efficiency here. And we're going to, invest. We've invested in what we think is unprecedented scale in e-commerce technology and infrastructure, and we believe we'll be unmatched in our future investments as well. As I mentioned, just the next coming year alone, just on the fulfillment logistics infrastructure side, not to mention the technology side, we're going to build. We plan to build over 50% of what we've built over the entire history of our company in the coming years. So we are going to we're going to be as aggressive, if not more, as aggressive as we've been in our past.
Thanks, James. Operator, we'll take our next question.
We will now take our last question from the line of John Yu with Citi. Your line's open.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation and the opportunity to ask questions. My first question is about the operating cash flow. In the first quarter, operating cash flow came down to negative territory from the positive figure a year ago. At a first glance, it looks like it was related to the increase of inventory level as well as the net loss. So I would like to understand what would be the reasons, or if it was related to the increasing GMV mix of grocery or Rocket Fresh. And the second question is about fulfillment service. Recently, Coupang has started to provide fulfillment services to 3P sellers. So I would like to understand how many sellers onboarded so far, or how the feedback was, and how much monetization opportunity you are expecting. Thank you.
Thank you, John, for the question. So structurally on our operating cash flow, there are no changes to the fundamentals of our business. The operating cash flow is negative primarily because of timing of inventory procurement and accounts payable days. We expect it to normalize in the foreseeable future. Our fundamentals still remain strong for both our inventory days and the AP days. So there's no change on that.
Yeah, I think that's right. There's on the fulfillment services question, I think a way to think about the way we think about this is that we are building structural advantages and efficiencies, whether it's serving, whether it's in our retail or whether it's in that we can share back with our customers and with our suppliers. I think that you mentioned fulfillment services. With all the things with any one of our new initiatives, we always start at a small scale to test, to iterate, to learn. I don't know if you know the background for Eats, for example. We started in just one part of Seoul, Gangnam region, and we were through much of last year, the middle of last year, it was still primarily focused on just parts, the Gangnam region of Seoul. And now it's national because we were able to build the capabilities and to get confidence that we could provide the best experience, again, at the lowest cost. And that's the same way we think about our Rocket experience, that we, whether it's suppliers or different parties partners that we work with, what we build for retail should help non-retail. We are building scale, structural advantages, and efficiencies that we can share back with our customers with lower prices, free shipping, free returns, and for suppliers, enhanced growth at lower cost. So that's the scale. There's going to be so many different ways for our suppliers to engage with us and different services that we can create out of that. But the foundation of all of that is still the same. It's still our e-commerce infrastructure and technology and our e-commerce scale, our Rocket scale, that allows us to build structural advantages and efficiencies that will allow us to create the best experience for the customers at the lowest cost, which means, ultimately the lowest price. Hopefully that gives you a sense. And we're going to have lots of different opportunities, different experiments on that foundation that we'll continue to invest time in.
Thanks, John.
Mr. Ceno, I turn the call back over to you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We appreciate the interest. Operator, we can end the call.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This concludes today's conference call. You may now disconnect.
All right. Alrighty, as we mute the, let's see here, I gotta mute it. What's it gonna, where's it at? Where's the mute button? There we go, we got it. Alrighty. Yeah, alright, first and foremost, I gotta say, I've been saying it wrong the whole time. I've been saying COUPANG. It's COUPANG. Oh, as soon as they went live and they said that, I was like, I've been saying that wrong. And then I noticed on YouTube, or not YouTube, I was trying to say YouTube. I meant Stocktwits. Somebody said the same thing. Someone, let's scroll down. Where's it at? Somebody said, where's it at? Oh, I don't even. It was on there somewhere. Someone said the same thing. Oh, listening to the earnings call right here. Listening to the earnings call. So it's pronounced COUPANG. Makes sense. It sounds like coupon, but it's COUPANG. COUPANG. So, so there you go. So keep that in mind, future reference. But hey, one thing that just kind of, tweaked and piqued my interest a little bit was they said there was, I believe he said 5%. I typed it in 5%, but I think that's what he said. It's kind of hard to hear, but I think he said 5% is all they've touched of a $500 billion market. I'm like, what? You're telling me that you haven't even scratched the surface of the entire market, and you made 74% year over? Is that right? 74%? Yes, 74% year over year in sales. Are you kidding me right now? Like, and then that right there is basically, as soon as I heard that, you know what that tells me? Long-term investment. Long-term investment. This is one of those things that and people say it's like the Amazon, right? Amazon didn't blow up overnight, right? It took them time, and then they ended up. So, that's the thing. And the other thing that I really thought was interesting is he said that they're investing a whole bunch of money into infrastructure in the e-commerce market over in South Korea. So I don't know. They totally knew their stuff. I'm telling you, they was hitting it right on the head. Sounded good. I think again, it's just IPO'd. It's still new to the market. A lot of people maybe not know about it yet. I mean, if you look on Stocktwits, there's only 9,000 people, 9,400 people that are actually watching it. So it's not like it's like well known yet in the US, right? So it's one of those things. It's like the words just got to get out there, right? Like they got to show numbers, and they're showing numbers. I mean, numbers look good. I mean, what I'm reading looks good. What he said sounded great. I'm interested because looking at the chart in the grand scheme of things, I just want to see how low this thing goes. And at some point, if it continues down to a certain low point, and we might be at the low point. Keep in mind, the market is down right now as a whole. So it's not just COUPANG that's got, the downward momentum. The whole market is that way. So we can't really say, hey, COUPANG's doing bad. They're doing great. The earnings are great. The market's just down, right? So here's the thing. We just need to know, is this the low point? If this is the low point, I'm not a financial advisor. I can tell you what to do with your money, but there could be a huge buying opportunity for just throw it in there, set it to the side. Don't even look at it. Just let that thing just lock and key, throw that thing away. And you know what? At the end of the day, like maybe a few years from now, when they start tapping into that market, and they start becoming the Amazon, the big dog daddy of the South Korean market over there, then you might start seeing some rewards. Because here's the thing. If they just keep posting like 74% gains and like doubles year over year, and the numbers just get better and better and better, more people are going to start shelling money at them. People are going to start, hey, whoa, what's this? What's this COUPANG all about? I say it right now. COUPANG. I apologize to anybody that I said that wrong, but it is what it is. It just, in the US, we read that pang, it looks like ang, ang. So I always have to say COUPANG, and everybody was kind of agreeing with me on it. And then when he said COUPANG, I was like, it makes sense. I get it. COUPANG. So there you go. So that is COUPANG's earnings. Boom. that's in the earnings call. That's epic. I appreciate each and every one of you. We had almost 50 people in here. So that's pretty huge considering the 9,400 people watching on Stocktwits. So we're getting a little bit of traction. So I have to just pay attention to see if the watchers go up. Be sure to talk about it, share the video out, let some people know. Say, hey, check out COUPANG. This company's gonna be huge, in my opinion. That's in my opinion. I mean, they're saying all the right things. All the right things. All right. So there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at almost 6:30, so it has been a quite a long earnings call, well over 2 hours right now on my earnings coverage for COUPANG. So I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that came in and was part of the call. My name's Corey, by the way. I'm the host of Pop the Chart. I do the show each day, market open through market close. So make sure you hit that like button, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Come in and join the show. I'll be back again tomorrow to do the show 9:25 a.m. for tomorrow. To be ready to go for the regular stock market as well as following the crypto market as well. We follow that for you. Coupe right now sitting, by the way, at down 2.1% in the after hours. It was 2.5% during the regular hours. But special thank you to Yogi-O Civic. We had Truth to Tarot, Saman Ama. We had Juan was in here. Let's see here. Alex was in here. High Five. We had, I might have said that already. I'm sorry, but I'm scrolling up. Fam. Fam, I think, was in here. Or Pam, however you want to say it. Dan, we had Casey. Let's see here. All kinds of peeps up in here. Thank you to each and every one of you for being a part of the show today. And you know what? Don't forget to come back and join me again tomorrow. And continue forward as I continue to keep you all of the updated stock market coverage right here on Pop the Chart. So, with that being said, I want to say a big shout out to each and everybody. Thank you! We will see you on the next earnings call, and I will see you tomorrow. Join me, 9:25 a.m. right here on Pop the Chart. Have a wonderful evening. Bye!